Hello friends, welcome to NetSetOS. Today we are here to learn more about deploying applications on Google Cloud Platform. Earlier you have seen how to deploy Java applications, how to deploy Python applications or Go applications or Node.js applications on App Engine. But this time we are going to see how we can run those applications on Cloud Run. So why are we using Cloud Run or what is the purpose of using Cloud Run? I will go through all those details later in this video. For now, let's deep dive into how we can deploy a application on Cloud Run. So what is the objective of Cloud Run? So here in this video, what we are going to do, we are learn how to create a simple Hello World application and package it into a container image and upload that container image to a container registry and then deploy that container image to Cloud Run. So why Cloud Run and why there is an App Engine and what is the difference between Cloud Run and App Engine? So let me give you a practical example. So let's go to Google Console by typing console.cloud.google.com, and from there we can go to App Engine. So I'm just giving you an overview like how the App Engine looks and why we are going to deploy our application to Cloud Run also. So here, like in App Engine, we have a default service and then we can have many versions. So what we have done, we have deployed our site, that is www.netset.org on App Engine, and this is the site and it is working perfectly fine and it is giving good performance and everything. There is no problem on any side. So App Engine is also based on containers only, but it is not controlled by us. It is all controlled by Google itself. It has good auto scaling properties also, but the major concern here is billing. The billing will be more. You are able to control it much less. So suppose if nobody is using your site, then it will be built because it is using some instances. While using Cloud Run, we can minimize that cost. So that's why we are using Cloud Run, and it has its own features, it has its own strength. Here you have to create your own Docker images, own containers, and then deploy it on Cloud Run. But in case of App Engine, it is all handled by Google itself. So let's see how we can deploy our sample application on Cloud Run. So as you all know, the first thing before doing anything, we have to activate our Cloud Shell. So you can enable it by clicking on this where I am hovering my mouse. Going forward, let me just increase its size so that it will be easy for you to view it. It will take some time. So by going into the setting, you can make text size to largest so that it will be easily visible to you. So the first thing that you go while going into the terminal is like to set your project. So we can do it by using gcloud command, gcloud config set project and then project ID. So for getting the project ID, you can go to the project and then this is our project ID, that is NetSetOS edu-2. So I will open this my workplace in Cloud Shell editor because it will be easy for me to configure my code and write my code easily. So there are some projects that I have already deployed. So what I will do, I will create a new folder in my workplace. So I will just type mkdir. I can name it as Hello World. So as you can see, I will get a folder Hello World here, and then what I will do, I will go inside this Hello World folder. There are many different type of Hello Worlds here, but mine is without any hyphen or without any spaces. So if you can list this directory also, there are no files or nothing here as we have created this directly just now only. So once you have created this folder, what you need to do is you have to create a file named main.py. So right click here in Hello World and you can click on create new file and name it as main.py. Here I will be using Flask and I will be importing some libraries from Flask, and it will be a simple Hello World example only. So let me copy paste this here and I will give you the details. So here first thing is import OS, and from Flask we have import Flask, and we have created an app instance using Flask, and then we are saying hello world. Like this is an empty URL. So suppose if somebody is going on to the base URL, it will be get redirecting here, and here just I am saying hello world or name word example here, and then simply in the name main we are just saying app.run, and this is for the whole of internet, that the request is coming from any of the internet. I am going to accept it. So this code responds to request with our hello world greeting. HTTP handling is done by a gUnicorn web server in the container. When directly invoked for local use, this code creates a basic web server that listens on the port defined by the port environment variable. So here we have defined it as 8080. So the next step is containerizing an app, uploading it to container registry. So what you will do when you have to containerize an application, so we have to create a Docker file. So here what we will do, we will create a Docker file. So even if you do not know about Docker files or how these are working, so I will be just giving you the code also, so you can just copy paste it. So you have to create a file with dockerfile. There is no extension here. So just go and create this file in the same folder that we have created and where we have kept our main.py. Here I have pasted the content of a Docker file. So here it is nothing. What we are saying here is like we are taking a Docker image from Python 3.9 slim, and we have created an environment that is Python buffered, and we are saying that environment is app and work directory is app home, and that's why we are copying it in the current directory. And here we are saying we are installing the Flask and gUnicorn for running our this, and this is the last command. We are saying that run this application using gUnicorn -- bind, and this is the timeout. These are the number of threads and these are the number of workers that we are targeting, and we are saying run this application. So Docker file is like very easy setup. In case of App Engine, it will be like a very simple command. You do not need to give anything, but here in Cloud Run you have to configure it because it is more configurable. It's your own container that you are going to run in Cloud Run. So again we have to create one more file, that is docker ignore, and for that .docker ignore. So we are saying that don't take certain type of files or certain type of extensions here. So this is like a boilerplate code. So we have to just give some file names here. So like docker file readme.md, or if there is any pyc, pyo, or pyd, or pycache, or .pytest-cache. So these are the files that we need to ignore while creating the image. So right now what we will build our container image using Cloud Build by running the command. So how we can create the image is by gcloud builds submit -tag gcr.io, and here we have to replace the project ID. So you know how we can get our project ID is through here only. So my project ID is this, so I will just go here and replace my project ID. So here what I have done, I have created my image. So as you see, it's not that much tough to create a container image or to create a Docker file. It's like the code will remain same, only 2-3 things will be like there. You do not need to do anything when you are deploying it to an app engine. It's like a simple runtime service and then entry point. But in Docker file you have to give some like from where you are getting and like what you are running, then you have to install it and do all those things. So App Engine will give you ease of use, but this Cloud Run will give you more control, or like it will be a cost-effective solutions for the company. So as you can see, we have a success and we have our own Cloud Build image. hosted here. So right now the next step is we have to deploy our application to Cloud Run. So for that purpose we have to run our command, that is gcloud run deploy --image and then gcr.io, and we have to give that path. So here again we have to replace the project ID with our own project ID. That will be different for you and it will be different for me. So I will just go back again and will replace it here with it. It is saying that the service name will be hello world, so we have to just keep on entering it, and then it is asking like whether this API is enabled or not. Then you have to click on just yes. So as we are running this service for the first time and we have not enabled it, so that's why we are enabling it and it will take some time. It is asking for the region, so we can choose any region. So it is now asking for allow unauthenticated invocations to hello world. So for now I will be creating yes. So it will take some time. So the code is very simple, so you can replace it with your own code, as I have my own website that is running here. So I will deploy this site in future lectures, and I will tell you how we can run this Django applications on Cloud Run also. For the sake of simplicity now, I have taken a sample app that you can deploy on Cloud Run. So you can see the whole logs and all those things from here also. So here you can see like hello world application is being getting deployed, and similarly you can watch it on the terminal also. As you can see here, we have got the service URL. So what we can do, we can just copy this and run this in our browser and see whether we are able to run it or not. The application is deployed on our Cloud Run, and from here also you can get the details like how many request counts we have got, all the logs, all the revisions, and you can set up your own continuous deployment also. So Cloud Run is very much useful. It is a very powerful tool, and you can manage your own custom domains also. So suppose like I have my own custom domain, that is netset.org, and if you want to configure this for this Cloud Run environment also, so we can do this using manage custom domains also. So that's all for this video. So thank you friends, and have a nice day. Keep watching our videos and keep subscribing also. Thank you.